Morning, happy Monday, happy August to everyone out there joining us today. Thank you so much for taking the time and joining us for our Microsoft monthly update here in August. I'm really excited for this one. As we all know, Microsoft has turned into their FY26 and they've been releasing a few new updates. So I'm excited to bring you some new information from Microsoft. And just a reminder to stay close to the pulse here in the next month or two as we get through Q1, because I'm sure Microsoft will have some more for us. But just before all of that, just wanted to go through our agenda really fast and what we'll be covering. First, of course, we got introductions, let you know who's here, who's supporting you today. Before we dive into our Microsoft program updates, and then jump into our promotions and sales programs here at Pax8 as well. Then we'll also have an update in regards to our Pax8 marketplace. And I'm really excited to have Ole on from True North joining us to talk about dynamics and that journey for all of our partners. And of course, for those of you who I haven't had the pleasure of meeting on one of our events, either virtual or in person, my name is Vanda Patel, our Microsoft Enablement Manager here at Pax8. And as always, I'm excited to bring you all the latest and greatest as it comes to Microsoft. Joining me today, we'll have Urvashi from the Pax8 Marketplace team, jumping into those updates. And of course, we have the team supporting us on the back end as we're going through. So if you have any questions, just drop them in the Q&A window. We have our rockstar team, Sharonda, Caleb, Morgan here supporting you all. So let us know the questions. We'll tackle what we can live, but just know that we have that amazing team on the back end to answer your questions as we're going through today's session. And of course, the one and only Ole joining us. If you joined us for any of our Microsoft events in the past, boot camps, Dynamics boot camps, Ole is no stranger. So I'm really excited to have him back on and talking about their offerings in the Pax8 marketplace as well. But before we get to it, just want to dive in on some Microsoft program updates. Some of this may be a refresher for some of you out there if you've joined us before. Some of it may look a little new. There are some updates, but the first thing I just wanted to start with is just starting October 1st are the new CSP requirements. So in addition to completing your business vetting and signing your MPA agreement, Microsoft is also requiring MSPs to have $1,000 trailing 12-month revenue at the reseller tenant level. What does that mean? If you're doing business in multiple regions, let's say you're doing business in US and Canada, you need to have that $1,000 USD trailing 12-month revenue in both the US and Canada to be considered as an eligible reseller in both of those regions. And this also applies globally as well to our friends who may be joining us from Europe, Australia, New Zealand. If you're doing business in a few different countries out there, just a reminder, this $1,000 trailing 12-month revenue. In addition, Microsoft has also has some mandatory requirements as it relates to your security score. We're still waiting on when the dashboard will be available for our partners, but Microsoft has already put out a Learn article with what those requirements are and what points are attached to each one of those. Be happy to drop that link here in the chat window in just a moment, but just a great guide to reference just while we wait for those dashboards. But something to keep in mind, because I know we're in August, September's right around the corner, and October will be here before we know it. So something to keep on top of just in the next month or two. Also, as it relates to the CSP program, Microsoft has made a change where you no longer require a solutions designation to earn incentives and rebates. You can earn 25 partner capability points in a specific solution area to earn that solution area's incentive. I know there's been a few questions around this. The first one being, if you decide to go down the 25 partner capability points, there is no cost associated with that if you want to start earning incentives and rebates. But the thing to remember here is if you go down the 25 point path, this is only for incentives and rebates. If you do want the internal user right licenses, you do still need to either have a solutions partner designation or purchase one of the new benefits packages. So just a quick reminder there. Also, I know I mentioned you need to have the 25 points per solution area. So if you want to earn modern work incentives, you need to have that 25 points in either modern work or security. Business applications is straightforward, 25 points there. And to earn Azure incentives, you can have 25 points in any one of the 3 Azure designations. Again, the 25 points are specific to the designation. So if let's say you're targeting a modern work incentive and you're going after the modern work requirements, you need 25 points in that modern work solution area to earn incentives and rebates. And it's 25 points in any one of the 3 categories, right? Performance, skilling, and customer success. So you can have those 25 points in any one of those 3 categories in a solutions designation to be able to earn incentives and rebates starting October 1st. So great reminder, really excited for that. I'm also really excited to share some of the new incentives numbers that Microsoft has released too. We saw these land earlier this month, late last month. If you look at this slide, I'll leave this up for a second. Anything that you see in green here has changed for FY26, and anything that you see in red has been depreciated for FY26, and anything in white is staying the same in FY26 from FY25. So you'll notice there are a few percentage changes. There's just a couple that haven't. The one thing I want to note here is Microsoft has depreciated the customer ad accelerators for modern work business apps and the workload accelerators for Azure. Although in place of this, they do now have a CSP growth accelerator. So if you are transacting Business Premium, E3, E5, Copilot, Biz Apps, or Azure, you have the ability to earn 7.5% there as well. We'll link out the updated incentives and rebates guide. I'm sure there will be a few questions on this coming through the chat window, so we'll keep an eye out. Actually, just before we go through this, we got a few questions. First, how do we receive a recording for this? This is a great question. I know we get this a lot. For anybody who's looking to review this call afterwards, or you want to share it with anybody in your partner business, you can find a recording of this event on Pax8 at Pax8 on YouTube, or in the Pax8 Academy as well. So you have 2 places to reference to be able to pull this. If you're registered for this event, once the recording is made available, you will receive an email directly. So that's a great way for you to know that the recording has been made available. Also, I see a question from Michael. So one solution designation opens us to all incentives or the specific area? Great question. If you have the one solutions designation, it opens up the incentives and rebates to you. However, if you do the 25 points, you are only limited to that solution area. So like I had said in my example, if you're going after the modern work designation, you have the 25 points there. You're only eligible to earn the modern work incentives here and not the other ones. So that's a great question. Let's see. Jake, I see a great question here. This has changed a bit, but the latest news that we have from Microsoft says regarding the 25 points, the 25 points can be spread in any one of those 3 earning categories in a solutions designation. So if you want to go really heavy on skilling and then have points in one of the other 2, that's totally fine. You do not need points spread across all 3 categories to earn incentives and rebates with that 25-point metric. Again, to earn the solutions partner designation, you do need points in all 3 categories to reach that 70-point minimum to earn a solutions partner designation. So that may be where the messaging may be a little mixed there, but really good questions. So just wanted to bring that up. And I think we're caught up, so I'll move us forward. Also, as it relates to incentives and rebates, we do have some new Azure Accelerate engagements. This is previously Azure Migrate and Modernize funding, so the naming has changed for FY26, and it is now available for partners who are pursuing SMB specialization paths. So if you have one of the 2, if you are in the Azure designations and you're pursuing a specialization, any one of these SMB specializations, this is just a great way for you to earn some extra money for work that you may already be doing, workloads that you're already managing. So if you have any one of these specializations, definitely take a look. Definitely reach out if you're not entirely sure. We'd be happy to get you connected with your ISC just to have that conversation and make sure that you're not leaving any money on the table this fiscal year coming up. And just a quick pivot from our partner program just want to talk about partner record requirements for any orders you guys may be putting in starting September. Really important to note that you want to be using your partner location ID and not your partner global ID here when completing orders starting September 1st and afterwards. This is just to ensure, this is just going back to Microsoft's requirements of ensuring that resellers are authorized in region and are conducting those orders accordingly. So for anybody doing business with Pax8, if you're in the US, Canada, Europe, New Zealand, Southeast Asia, you'll have your specific location ID. Again, just want to make sure that you're using that ID when going through the checkout flow to ensure that your order is complete. If you do use your global ID, you may see the order kicked back to you after September 1st. So just something to keep in mind if you run into that error down the road, as something to check and to be proactive about. And lastly, just wanted to talk about the Microsoft customer agreement. I know this has been a moving target. So currently right now, the date for this is January 5th, 2026, where all of your customers will have to sign the new MCA. If you do have clients who signed prior to April 2023, Microsoft is requiring starting October 7th for those clients to start moving into the new MCA. So a way to get started a little earlier with some of your clients that you may have. But also to note here, in regards to the new partner attestation API, our product team is hard at work integrating this into our marketplace checkout flow. So stay tuned for some more information here. But this is something that we're working on to help streamline for all of our partners out there, just to keep it simple and ensure that all of your customer orders are going through. Nothing is failing post-sale as well. And just before I continue, see a few questions. I see a good question here. How to check this partner security score in the Microsoft Partner Center? Unfortunately, Microsoft has not put that capability out just yet. They've only issued out the guidance as far as what points go to what security requirement. This is something we're asking for. Microsoft has been fluid about this just this fiscal year with some of the changes on their side. But we're going back to our team to see if we can get an updated date for that. And stay tuned for our call next month. Hopefully we'll have an update in regards to the partner security score requirement as well. Is having the 25 points in modern work sufficient for, great question from Jason. Is the 25 points in modern work sufficient for the CSP growth accelerator incentive? Yes, it is, but you will only be able to earn the growth accelerator incentive as it relates to that solution area. So Jason, in your example, if you're going for modern work, you'll only be able to earn that modern work customer accelerator and not the other ones that I listed, so the Azure or the BizApps ones. But you'd still be eligible to earn that on the Business Premium, E3, E5, and Copilot if you have the 25 points. Really good questions. Keep them coming. We want to tackle as many of these live as possible. We'll also have chats. And let's see. I think we're mostly caught up. I see a few people asking for the links. If you just give me just a second, we'll post them here in just a few minutes as it relates to all the partner changes. So we'll make sure that you have the latest incentives and rebates guide listed here as well. The Learn article. So just one moment and we'll hop there. But no other questions. So excited to jump into our promotions and sales programs with the start of the new fiscal year. First thing I just want to touch base on is the 3-year offers. We do have 3-year offers available in the Pax8 marketplace now, and Microsoft is running 15% promotions on 3-year offers until the end of this year. So if you have any clients that you're looking to lock in or want to lock in for that 3-year period, great savings with the 15%. Just one thing to note, if you are pursuing the 3-year offer, you will need a minimum of 100 seats for that client just to close that. And you want to reach out to your channel account manager just to get that process started if you do have a client that's interested. That way we can unlock that SKU for you in the marketplace as well. Also, as it relates to promos, I know we touched on 15% off for the 3-year promos, but Microsoft has extended the 15% off E3, E5 annual terms as well. Those have been extended to the end of September, so you have until September 30th to take advantage of those promos. And the M365 Copilot 15% off annual term has also been extended to the end of September. So those 3 promos, I know we were talking about them ending at the end of the last fiscal year at the end of June, but Microsoft has extended them. We do have this quarter, so great to take advantage of them. And of course, the E5 compliance, the 50% off, is still available until February 2026. So you do still have some time on that promo as well. And with the extension of the Copilot promo, we're also extending our Copilot Rewards program until the end of September as well. So this is just a great way to stack the savings. So you'll get the 15% off promo from Microsoft and the 1 month free from Pax8. So just a litany of savings, and just a reminder that if you do want to enroll in this rebates program, you do have to sign up. We'll drop that rewards program link in the chat window. If you've already signed up for the rewards program at any point in the past in 2025, you do not need to sign up again. You are still qualified and eligible to earn that 1 free month as well. This is just for anybody who may not have taken advantage of that offer and is looking to take advantage of that. Will need to complete that sign up requirement. And we've also extended the MSO plus Nerdio promo as well. So if you are upselling any of your clients into Business Premium, definitely take advantage of this and collect on the 6 free months of Nerdio for Modern Work. This is a great tool to help streamline the deployment of the security features in M365. I know Microsoft continually updates the admin portal, so finding the exact controls, security features that you want to turn on, turn off, and manage. Sometimes they bounce between admin features. The Nerdio for Modern Work portal here is really great because it streamlines the deployment and management of all of that feature through Nerdio's pane of glass, keeping it very simple for all of our partners out there to deploy on Microsoft security features in the Microsoft licensing that you're transacting at no cost to you. So again, if you are upgrading clients to Business Premium, definitely something to look for and take advantage of. Try it out for the first 6 months, see how you feel. I guarantee you, managing the security features through here is going to be a breath of fresh air. Nerdio does some amazing work in Azure in the same regard, and they're also doing it here in Modern Work for our partners as well. And then I'm also excited to share that we've extended we're opening up registration for the next wave of the Azure Kickstart program. So if you missed this last sign up, not to worry, we're going to be starting off our new wave here in September, and the registration page is open. I will drop that link in the chat window. Don't worry, I have all these links saved on the side, so I'll be dropping them in the chat window as we're going through our presentation here afterwards. But for anybody who's new, who hasn't heard of the Kickstart program, this is really just a great way for you to jumpstart your Azure knowledge and really jumpstart your Azure practice if you're still getting off the ground. We offer 4 of our instructor-led courses through the Pax8 Academy team, so you'll be engaging with a coach, one to a few, so you'll be in these multi-week sessions, so expect to be time committed here, but the learning that you'll take away to jumpstart your Azure business is crucial here. So we have MSP 101, Azure 101, 102, and 103. So all of this is at no cost to our partners. So if you've taken one of our instructor-led courses, you know how valuable those can be and how in-depth our trainers get. If you do want to take advantage of this, definitely recommend signing up sooner rather than later because spots are limited. So just want to ensure that you secure your spot before registration closes for this next wave. And then just want to bring this up. We've mentioned this a few times, but for anybody who's joining us, we do still have our Azure Accelerate program for nonprofits. This is not to be confused with Microsoft's Azure Accelerate. These are 2 different programs. This is a program offered directly from us, but this is just a great way for you to collect on some additional incentives if you are supporting nonprofits with Azure currently. So as you're adding new customers, you do have some rewards that you can earn here. So just really upping and increasing the opportunities for our partners to collect on additional incentives, rebates, and rewards for work that you may already be doing with clients who definitely need the support. So this is all available, QR code in the top right for anybody who wants to take a look at this right now. But again, we'll also drop the link for this here in just a moment. With that, we do have our marketplace segment, but I'm going to quickly see if we have any questions before I pass. Douglas, I see a great question. The Azure Kickstart program is a paid academy path. So the courses we offer are the paid academy courses, but if you sign up for Azure Kickstart, those courses are available to you through at no cost. So that is something that we take on. So just a reminder, if you're interested in any of that, do sign up for Azure Kickstart. You'll get the 4 courses and be able to go through all of that training as well. Great question. I see a link for the rebate program. We'll be doing that. I see a few people who joined us midway through. Recordings will be made available later on YouTube and Pax8 Academy. So keep an eye on your email, because as soon as that recording is available, you'll receive an email letting you know it's been posted as well. And I think we've caught up on most of our questions, so I'm excited to pass on over to Urvashi to go through our marketplace updates.
Awesome. Thank you, Bandit. Hi, everyone. It's so good to be back with you. If we haven't met before through this show, my name's Urvashi, and I help bring Pax8's marketplace to life. It's been a few months since I've hosted this segment, and I want to start with a little behind-the-scenes peek at what's been happening while I've been away. So over the last several months, our teams have been hard at work, not just releasing new features, but rethinking how Pax8 Marketplace can transform the way you grow your business. We've been laying the foundation for smarter workflows, more automation, and a more seamless buying and selling experience across the board. So you may have heard about some of these announcements on the main stage at Beyond, or through messages within the marketplace experience. But let's just take a moment and walk through all of the major updates that have landed over the last few months. So you can see here, the first one we're going to talk about is public storefronts. So through public storefronts, which went general availability on July 15th, there was an early access period post Beyond for those who attended. But you can now turn your Pax8 storefront into a powerful marketing tool, giving prospects a clear view of your offerings without enabling self-service. So you can share a read-only version of your storefront, no login required. You can generate leads through a built-in contact us form. And then you can also embed this into your website and share via a hosted link. So there's a lot of capabilities here that we've listed, and they are continuing to evolve. I hear on every one of our development calls of what changes and improvements we're making to this public storefront experience. So please stay tuned and stay aware of the updates that we share with you, because I think this is going to be a tool that just continues to evolve based on what our partners are asking for, and how you can really bring more prospects into your business and grow your business through these public storefronts. We can move on to the next slide. So Integrations Hub is something that we've been talking about quite a bit. And one of the key components of Integrations Hub are our MCP servers. So similarly, these went general availability on July 15th. And MCP servers give you a structured, secure access to Pax8 APIs, making it easier to power custom development, AI tools, and real-time data workflows. So you can access Pax8 data through a controlled API server, connect AI tools like Copilot and Claude for natural language queries, and you can really improve and automate your workflows through MCP servers. Again, with the world of AI changing rapidly, we are confident that MCP servers will help our partners stay up to date and stay aware of all of the evolutions that AI is going to provide business flows. And we're really excited to see how MCP servers truly help grow your business, conduct more intelligent and informed reviews with your clients, and really inform an exciting path forward to help you grow your business and increase your clientele. So we can go to the next one. So the next one is also a component of Integrations Hub. So this is called events, and some colloquially will call it webhooks. So events and webhooks allow your system to respond instantly to activity in Pax8, enabling real-time automation without constant polling. So this gives you an opportunity to kind of continue with your day-to-day business tasks while knowing that you will be alerted once a certain task is complete or an event occurs that needs your attention. So you can subscribe to key events like invoice ready or subscription created, and you can trigger external workflows the moment a change happens. You can reduce manual tasks and improve response time connect to automation platforms like Zapier, and then you can also view delivery logs and manage webhook subscriptions in one place. So we're really excited to provide this opportunity for our partners to be able to work real time with their clients, be on the go. We understand that your day to day is very, very busy. So we're doing what we can to automate any workflows that we can to help you grow your business through multiple different paths. So we're really excited for that feature. And again, Integrations Hub is a huge focus for our dev team, and we're excited to see all of the innovation that's continuing to come through the hub. So we'll definitely keep you updated. Hopefully you see those notifications within Marketplace itself. Our hope is to just continue to notify you within the experience and make sure that you're fully up to date on all of the features and the capabilities that continue to be developed. So we can go to the next slide. So I'm sure many of you have seen there is a new checkout experience. This went live on June 24th. So the new checkout experience is designed to streamline the purchasing experience, improve conversion rates, and support faster order processing, making it easier for you to transact on the Pax8 marketplace by sharing the steps shortening the steps in the checkout experience. So with this release, you will experience a faster path from cart to order, fewer errors or blocked orders, higher confidence in the purchase process, and then support for new products and services as the Pax8 catalog expands. So we are constantly adding products into the Pax8 catalog, and you will see that entirely transform over the next several months as well. So we're really excited to help alleviate and create efficiencies within that experience as we plan to expand and make sure that more information doesn't create more complications within this experience. So we're really excited to have delivered that for the team. And then we'll go over the last major update on the next slide here. So global search is something that we were really excited about. This is a really intelligent and intuitive way to search the Pax8 marketplace. So our brand new global search experience is designed to help you find what you need quickly and efficiently across the entire marketplace. So in this, you can look forward to a new modern search design, keyboard shortcuts, and navigation to access and search from anywhere, and then contextual search with quick links, recent searches, and the ability to filter by specific contexts. So I'm not personally somebody that searches within Marketplace a ton, but we've seen kind of the before and after experience, and we are so excited to see how intuitive and intelligent this global search feature is to really help our partners, again, just move quickly, help automate some of their work, and create efficiencies within the workflows. And we think global search is a really, really great tool to help you get there. And then we'll just wrap up with a quick reminder. We have so many exciting new features to come, and I'm hoping that I can join this call more often in the coming months because we have some incredible momentum ahead, especially for our Microsoft partners. What's coming might change the game for you and how you manage migrations, optimize subscriptions, and uncover new opportunities across your client base. So if you're interested in shaping what's next, we'd love to hear from you through our partner voice team. Your feedback doesn't just help us improve, it drives the innovation behind the marketplace. So we're just getting started, and we're so glad that you're on this journey with us. Keep exploring, keep pushing boundaries, and we'll be building what's next together. Thank you so much, and I will see you on the next segment. Back to you, Bandit.
Thanks so much, Urvashi. Really excited to have you back on and really excited to be bringing all the newest capabilities to all of our partners in the marketplace. We'll also be dropping the link to the user voice in the chat window here in just a moment for anybody who's looking to sign up. But now I'm really excited to pass on over to Ole from True North, who's going to walk us through True North's offerings, not just service-wise, but also in the Pax8 marketplace now. Ole, if we have you, I'd love to pass on over to you, and you can take us running.
Excellent. Thank you, Bandit. Thanks for having me. Good morning, good afternoon, or middle of the night if you're in Hawaii, basically. All right, I need to share my screen. Hopefully it works. It's Monday, and you never know about technology.
Looks good.
All right, perfect. Thank you. All right, so I'm going to talk about dynamics. Now, before your first reaction is like, I don't care about dynamics. We don't do dynamics. I don't want to hear about dynamics. It's too complicated. Please hear me out. 15 minutes, that's all I ask for, because we hear that a lot. And it's actually a really important topic. And if you've seen any pressure from Microsoft, you've definitely heard that they want you to sell dynamics. And so I'm here to talk about how we can do that and help you do that way easier than you would otherwise. All right, first, a little bit about me. Now, I am, sorry, this is my dad joke of the day. I am a recovering MSP owner. I did MSP, well, IT services MSP for 20 some years, and I'm not counting, but it's been 1,573 days. And so my background was IT services. We actually acquired what is now True North Dynamics in 2018. We tried to combine the two companies. Turns out it was a terrible idea. It was a cool vision, but it didn't work. And if you have interests and dreams of doing such things, I'm happy to share all of our painful learning experiences. I am now very happy to be in the business application space, and it's been quite the journey. So I get you, right? I've been an MSP. I know the tough parts. I know, the technology advising. It's a tough business, and I'm glad all of you are still doing it because we all need MSPs, including me. Now I get to be on the client side, which unfortunately for our MSP is not as easy because I know too much. All right, so really quick, who is True North Dynamics? Well, we're a fully remote company. We're throughout the United States. We're in 12 states. We're about 35 people. The company was founded 20 years ago. Like I said, it was through an acquisition. True North, as it exists today, was started about 2022. And that's when we split it back out from the MSP. And that's all been sold off to somebody else. And here we are. At its core, what do? We solve business problems using Dynamics 365 and the Power Platform. That's it. And it's kind of vague on purpose because really we solve pretty much any business problem as long as obviously technology can solve it. Some things need to be physical, but as long as it's technology, we can help solve that. Now, what does that mean? We do everything from implementations, obviously customizations, building extensions, integrations, and obviously support. So pretty much anything a business needs, we can help with. We also do a lot of rescuing of failed implementations. Unfortunately, it is shockingly common, and it is not nearly as fun because the client's already obviously very upset. They've already spent a bunch of money that they didn't get any benefit from. But obviously we can help with that, as well as just taking over clients that already have Dynamics and they're looking for a new or better partner. Now, part of our go-to-market is actually to partner with MSPs because, like I said, Microsoft wants everybody to sell Dynamics. It is a very different business. And now some of you may do Dynamics or you're interested in it, and I'm happy to share learning experience if you have that interest. But if you don't, then obviously please continue listening and we'll talk about that. But we are a Microsoft partner. We're born in the channel. We are partner first, and we are all cloud. So we don't do anything on premise. Even though there are a few Dynamics pieces on premise, we don't do those because again, it is 2025. All right. So really quick, not going to dwell on this. But what the heck is Dynamics? Well, there's really two big pieces of Dynamics because people typically call it Dynamics, but they're actually talking about two different pieces. They are the applications, which is like D365 Sales, also used to be called CRM, which is way easier because that's what it is. Obviously, sales tracking, leads, opportunities, and really it's a general sales thing. It can literally apply to any business, any industry. It doesn't matter what it is. It can be used. Business Central is an accounting side. They call it an SMB ERP. I'd call it an accounting software. The CRM pieces of the Business Central is not great. So if we do Business Central and they need CRM, we will integrate these 5 sales instead because it is just way more robust. There's also way more than that: field service, customer service, project operations. There's a ton of other applications. So those are the software that you buy and you can use out of the box. It's not great. It's like SharePoint. You do want to customize it to fit your business. And then there's Power Platform, which is obviously everything from dashboards with Power BI, automation with Power Automate. There's Power Portals to do extranets, to do client portals, all sorts of stuff. And obviously the big one nowadays is the no-code magic, right? There's so much you can do in Power Automate without writing code or doing anything crazy complex. It integrates with a ton of stuff. And that's really the basic platform and ties all of this together. So almost never do we do a D365 sales and then not use Power Platform. Sometimes they even just use Power Platform, do small improvements in processes and systems without having to implement, a piece of software. So the cool part is there's a lot to it. So it is very complex, but at its core, if you think about it, it is these applications, CRM, accounting, and obviously some tools to do flows and automations and notifications. That obviously ties into Teams. There's a lot of cool options for it. All right, so for an MSP, what is the opportunity? Well, number one, Microsoft wants you to sell Dynamics. Then it covered all the changes that Microsoft just released, and they are driving more and more that you want and need to an extent, transact all three clouds. So that's modern work, Azure, and Dynamics. But the question is then how do you do that? But ultimately, most businesses, so Salesforce did a trend report that said 73% of SMBs want better tools. I'm guessing it's closer to 100%. I don't know. Like I doubt almost 30% has amazing, perfect, efficient tools. But this is something that clients crave. And so now why does that matter to you? Well, you are the technology advisor. You are the VCO, whatever you want to call that part of your business. You want to be the hero that guides them, right? Don't let them go talk to random companies because you just lost, I don't like the word control necessarily, but you lose a lot of influence over that process. What happens to the servers, going to the cloud, all that kind of fun stuff. You want to make sure you partner with companies that will help protect you and also pull you in when they have those Azure needs, have those modern work needs and that kind of stuff. And more importantly for us, this is not one-off projects. We're not here to just implement a piece of software. This is a long-term, sticky, strategic, long-term relationship. And so you want to drive those to a good partner to make sure that you're protected as well. Now, one common question gets like, well, but how do we know when a client needs these things? Well, the absolute obvious is when my client wants Dynamics. It is relatively rare, but it does happen. They're often already using Office 365, and so it's kind of natural they heard about Dynamics. So we do get that sometimes, and that's the super easy one. The other ones, obviously, legacy accounting systems are super common. So Microsoft has three. So SL used to be Solomon, although that's mostly gone. There's NAV, and then there's GP. They're gonna have so NAV is already end of life. GP is end of life in 2025. They're 2029. They're gonna have to move at some point. That is a really common one. Customizations, integrations, complex business needs. Like a dentist doesn't need Dynamics. They're better off using Patterson or one of the line of business software because it's very specific. But generalized business, think transportation, manufacturing, big nonprofits, professional services. Generalized solution can actually work really well, especially if they're customizable and be able to set them up. And then obviously a big one nowadays is data. Having cohesive data. Think about a manufacturing company from getting raw materials to obviously the manufacturing to warehousing to transportation and accounting and fitting all that together and having cohesive data on that whole flow. That is where Dynamics plays. And so that's why it is highly worth it for clients to do that. Now, maybe not all your clients, but 100% guarantee you have some clients that need some form of Dynamics. All right. Now I'm going to say this and you're going to be like, yeah, I don't believe you. So anyway, what's the easiest way for you guys to do this? Now, if you want to get into Dynamics, that's certainly an option. Pax8 has actually training in the academy to do some of those pieces. So obviously feel free to check that out. I'm happy to share advice on my learning experiences over the last few years. But ultimately, number one, build it into your technology advisor process. Now, again, you don't have to know that much. Your team doesn't have to know that much. It's really just identifying some basic questions, legacy systems, all that kind of stuff, and then having a simple way to bring in a partner. So you guys don't actually have to know that much. Now, we have two primary mechanisms. Obviously, number one is you can resell this through the Pax8 marketplace. Now, we also make that super easy. You literally buy a free discovery call in our marketplace. If you look for True North, there'll be a free discovery call. Works very much like the Pax8 professional services. That just kicks off a call to talk through what the needs are, see if it's a good fit. It is really that easy. Now, With that one, you have to do the billing, right? This is where you buy it through the marketplace, you build a client. Now, if you use the Pax8 integrations into your PSA, all of that still applies. So it doesn't have to be that hard, but you have to do payments and that kind of stuff. So if you're like, I don't even want to do billing. I literally just need to refer my clients to something. We do have that too through a referral partner program. Not going to cover that a lot because obviously now licensing still goes through Pax8, so it's still a win from Pax8. However, obviously, in that case, literally it's as simple as emailing us. CC us an email, we can take it from there. You can be fairly involved if you want. You can be not very involved. If you do resell it through Pax8, you'll want to at least be on a regular basis. It could be monthly. We also do weekly or every 2 weeks, depending on the size of the project, status updates. So you kind of know what's going on. So we'll make sure you're in the loop as well. So we have options to make this either as crazy simple or still pretty darn simple, and we take it from there. So like I said, how easy is easy? Every vendor says this, like, it's so easy. You just sign up and magic happens. I was an MSP. I heard that a million times, and it's never true. We are, I think, the exception to the rule. So even through Pax8, you purchase the discovery call, True North magic happens, and then you do build a client. It is actually that simple. All right, so how does it work? Well, number one, you control the billing. So you have margin control, so you can actually charge more if you really wanted to. Obviously, we do have retail pricing, and we highly recommend at least staying within some reasonable range of that, just for competitiveness and other things. But obviously, you do have some of that flexibility. We handle delivery because obviously we're digging into the business. We're meeting with the teams, all that kind of stuff. Now, we highly encourage you to be somewhat part of it because then depending on what it is, there'll be parts you play, like if they're moving with GP, so like a legacy GP, they'll have a server that either needs to get decommissioned or moved to something else. So certainly you'll play a part in that. Obviously, core piece for us is seamless handoffs. For the client standpoint, this feels cohesive and simple. So really low risk, recurring revenue. It's kind of a win-win, really quick. All right, so what do we have in the marketplace? I'm not going to go through it, but we have recurring support. We have obviously some fixed fee pieces. We have a GP to BC migration that's fixed fee. And we have roadmaps. So for anything that's not fixed fee, fixed scope, we start with a roadmap. Why? And it is a paid engagement. It's relatively affordable. The why? Well, because we actually have to dig into the business. We have to understand what's going on, what are they using, where they're trying to go, what are the business problems they're trying to solve. That takes time. And it is with true solutions architects. This is not like a junior person. So obviously it's actually a fair amount of work. So we want to make sure we get that right so that when we get to what are the solutions, we're going to provide something that's going to really solve their problems. We can also do blockchain, lots of options, lots more to come. So I believe it's already with Pax8. So as soon as the vendor team gets them in there, we'll have a ton more options and we'd be happy to talk through those. The good news is just buy a discovery call. We'll help with everything else. You don't have to worry about which product is the right one. We'll help with all of that, so you don't have to worry about it. All right, a couple of quick examples. These are both referral based. Why? Well, because we're relatively new to the Pax8 marketplace. We're actually doing our first full implementation with an end client right now through the marketplace. So it give me 6 to 12 months ish, 12 months. I'll have a perfect example through Pax8 as well. But this was a manufacturing company. There were about 700 employees. They were using super old accounting software. We obviously implemented Business Central, and the benefit for the MSP in this case was they got to hold the license and get some money there. And we have currently paid out $70,000 in commissions. So we're not talking chump change. This is not, now they're not all that big, just to be clear, but sometimes they're extremely lucrative. That's $70,000 of free money. And because it's referral, they literally did nothing other than CC us in an email. Second one is actually on the sales side. It was also a manufacturing company, about 200 people. They were actually using spreadsheets. Crazy, 2025. Still happens. The MSP in this case have so far gotten $20,000 in commissions, and it doesn't stop. Anything we do, like I said, we're long-term, strategic. It's going to continue. Obviously, there's usually a fair amount up front because of projects, but then there'll be some recurring as well. All right, so really quick, next steps. Well, number one, just get started. It is actually this simple. You don't have to worry about it. You don't have to know that much. Worst case scenario, if the discovery call turns out there was an opportunity, no, no big deal. We're more than happy to do those calls, and because we want to make sure it's also a good fit for the client and that you also understand what's going on. Dynamics isn't scary because we'll make it easy. And if you want to get dig into Dynamics, let me know. I can give you some advice to where to start. So the big pieces added to your VCR process, technology advisor process, simple, basic questions. We can help provide some of those as well. More importantly, use us as that bench. You don't have to know that much about Dynamics or really anything. More importantly, just try a discovery call. Just test it out. That's all you got to do. It's totally free. And if it doesn't work out, that happens too. In fact, I can refer MSP partners we've already worked with, both that have had success and also ones that where it didn't happen with the client. And that's totally cool too. It's not always the right fit. And so we want to make it super easy for everyone, super smooth, and not scary, because I don't think it should be. With that, are you ready to turn? We don't do that because that's what MSPs actually say, into revenue, because don't say no. Say, we have an amazing partner that can help you, just like cabling, access control, security cameras, anything related to technology, you should guide them somewhere. And so worst case scenario, try a discovery call. But if you'd like to chat about the business side of that kind of stuff, please feel free to reach out to me. On my LinkedIn is also my scheduling link. Only twice, I think somebody has randomly scheduled something, shockingly. Or if you have an opportunity, feel free to reach out to partnersuccess@truenorthdynamics.com, and our partner team would be more than happy to help take next steps. With that, that's all I have. Any questions, Bennett?
Yes, Ole. We did have a couple that just came through. I'll try and sum them up together. With True North entering the Pax8 marketplace, and with a lot of partners, with a good amount of partners being new to Dynamics, they're just curious. Do you guys offer any MSP training, or would the discovery be the best place to start? Just finding out where they should go in that learning journey.
That's a great question. Yes, we do offer training. We do have training that we can provide. We've even done on-site for bigger teams, just because if you have a big enough team. But most of them are remote. But yes, we can definitely help train. And again, it's relatively high level. This is not your sales team, account managers, Visa don't have time to learn everything about Dynamics. So we keep it very high level. What are the things to look for, and be able to speak intelligently with the client, right? At kind of a really high level. But yes, we have all that kind of stuff. Feel free to reach out to the partner success team, and they can get that set up, and or even discovery call. That either one works. In the end, it goes to the same team, and we'll work through whatever we need to work to make sure it's smooth.
Perfect. And that was the bulk of our questions. So thanks so much for your time, Ole. Really appreciate you joining us. For everyone out there who is looking to start their Dynamics journey, just doesn't know where to start, highly recommend setting up that discovery call, set up some time with True North just to talk through it, because they have definitely been one of the pioneers in this space and continue to lead the space for our partners as well. So again, you're definitely not going wrong if you're partnering with True North in this situation. So again, thank you so much, Ole. Really appreciate the information. And I'll just leave this slide up for just a second for anybody who hasn't taken a screenshot already, just to learn how to book that discovery call or reach out to True North. But thanks so much, Ole.
Thanks for having me.
Fantastic. And with that, we're coming up to the end of our time together, but did want to just touch on a few enablement things for our partners out there. The first one is just our upcoming Copilot Bootcamp. I'm really excited for this one because this is our first in-person Microsoft Bootcamp for this half of the year. So really excited to get back out on the road and meet all of you out there. So if you're in the Houston, Texas area, that greater area, and are able to join us, we'd love to see you. It's a great way to start learning how to develop your Copilot business. We'll be jumping into what the opportunity looks like, what the landscape is currently, before we jump into some of the more technical details around how you can prepare for AI readiness, how you can start building value in the AI tool with things like prompting, with things like agent building, before going through a few day in the life scenarios as well. I'm really excited to have solid rockstar team from Pax8 joining us. We'll have Caleb Baker, we'll have Adam Estroff, Austin Hampton, we'll have Chance Weaver also joining us as well. So if you are looking to learn more about Copilot, definitely recommend joining us. And if we you do register, I'd be excited to see you there. If you're already registered right now, just drop a comment in the chat window. I'd love to see who we're getting. I'd love to know who to expect once we're there. And of course, our enablement doesn't just stop there. We do have a number of virtual enablement sessions as well for our partners. So the first thing I'll just touch on are these 1 hour Copilot and partner enablement sessions. So a couple things to point out here is we're really heavy in the user persona. So if you really want to know how to build value for Copilot in these different areas, so HR, IT, marketing, legal, if you work with any of these individuals, this is a great way to learn how they can benefit from Copilot. We also have a second version of the agents course coming up as well at the end of September. So if you missed us at the beginning of July, for that one, we are bringing that back. So a great way to just get started, get that agents conversation started. And we do have a couple security ones here as well, just Microsoft Entra and Purview. This is something we've been hearing more and more from our partners on, especially with Microsoft making updates to each one of these product suites and adding more capabilities. And of course, for my technical folks out there, we are still running the hands-on labs, these 6-hour training courses that really deep dive into each solution and lets you get hands-on with the admin portal, what it's like to deploy, manage, and be an administrator in each one of those. So if you're looking at Modern Work Copilot, we do have 2 more security offerings, the Securing M365 and the Microsoft Intune one. We have some great Copilot ones. New ones I'll call out are the practice building program, the agents one, and the third-party integrations one. So if you're just starting your Copilot journey or you're further along and looking for more advanced information, any of these options are really good for you. We have something for everyone. And of course, for anybody who's getting into Azure, I know we've talked about Azure Kickstart earlier. We've seen a few Azure questions come through the chat window. We do have the same way, just getting started with Azure, some standard Azure Fare, Virtual Desktop, Azure Arc, Defender for Cloud. And if you're further along in that journey, we do have a second Microsoft Fabric session we'll be bringing back all around data analytics as a follow-up from our first one around Data Lakehouse. So really excited to be deepening those offers as well. And you can find all of that on Pax8 Academy. I know this is something that we hear a lot from our partners on. So if you go to this link or this QR code now, you will see all of the hands-on labs and the enablement sessions from now until the end of September. Bookmark this page because we will be releasing the October through December ones here as well. So definitely check back on this page, I'd say around the middle of this month, early September, if you missed any of the offerings from this quarter or want to see what we're bringing out new for the next quarter as well. This will be your best friend. So definitely save this page and check back in. And again, this is just for the enablement sessions and the hands-on labs. If you're looking for our boot camps, mission briefings, launch briefings, our channel events, you can find all of that on pax8.com/events. And that's where you can find all of those. And these are more of our virtual one-to-few training sessions right here. And of course, for anybody joining us globally, we do have some events coming up. We have a couple virtual launch briefings coming up in both UK and Australia. We have some mission briefings and master classes coming in person. And for anybody in the greater European area, we have Beyond 2025 coming up right around the corner in October as well. So something to keep in mind here for anybody who's looking. So Beyond 2025 in October, some master classes, mission briefings, and launch briefings. And for all of these events, again, if you go to pax8.com/events, you'll be directed to the events page in your region. So you'll be able to see all of these events, you'll be able to sign up for them. And again, just bookmark those pages because as we come out with new events, as we add them to the calendar, these are the pages where they'll be landing first. So if you just want to be ahead of the game and know what's coming, definitely recommend bookmarking those and checking back in periodically throughout the year. Lastly, for anybody who's looking for any good MSP insights, looking for ways to grow your business, looking to understand the MSP and CSP space deeper, definitely check out Kristen Fehrenbach on the Technically Unraveled podcast. We're running these once a week on Thursdays. It's just a great way to hear mind share from some business leaders and strategy leaders in the MSP CSP space. I'm really excited for this next one. Definitely stay tuned. We'll be diving deep into cybersecurity and compliance with a guest star from Synomi. So if you're looking to just tune in, learn more about that, we have that. And of course, we have all of the previous episodes posted as well here. And this is the same YouTube page where you'll be able to find all of the recordings for this event. So again, if you want to bookmark that Pax8 YouTube page, this is where you'll find all of these event recordings, Technically Unraveled, and the other vendor updates as well. So just a handful of resources for all of our partners looking to enable themselves post-event. With that, I know I've shared some of the resources throughout the chat. I've also pinned some of the ones from the program updates as well, because I know we had a few of those questions come through. So if you look at the very top of the Q&A, you'll be able to see those pinned resources there as well. And that'll just push us into our general Q&A. I know we've tackled most of these live, but we will have some time just to go through some other ones. I see a great question from Chris, finding a list of all the Pax8 events. Pax8.com/events is going to be your best friend there. That's where you'll find everything we're doing, both virtual and in person. So again, I'll just drop that in the chat window, or sorry, the Q&A window for you as well. Boom. And then I do see another question from Greg, just around training for Power Platform and some dynamic solutions. Definitely stay tuned. We are looking to bring more of that. We're from the Pax8 side. Of course, we're partnering with True North. True North offers a number of trainings as well. But from our Pax8 side, we are coming with some more. So do stay tuned here in the next month or two for us to drop some new training resources as it relates to the biz app space. And I'll give it another minute to see if we have any questions pop up. But if not, no worries. I don't see any questions coming in. Just giving it one more minute. Awesome. Well, if there are no other questions, again, thank you all just so much for joining us today, taking the time out of your Monday, joining us for our, not just our program updates here at Pax8, but the Microsoft program updates as well, and keeping the pulse on all things new. Again, definitely stay tuned just over the next month or two as Microsoft is releasing more updates, which they will be in this first quarter. Just stay tuned here because we'll be bringing all the latest ones and the updates we talked about. If there's anything new, any new resourcing, we'll be sharing that here as well. So just a great place for you to be to catch up on all the greatest news. But again, thank you all so much for taking the time out of your Monday. Really appreciate you joining us. Hope everyone has a wonderful day, a wonderful week ahead, and I'm wishing everyone a beautiful August and looking forward to seeing those of you on the next event, be it a virtual one or if we're going to see you in Houston for the Copilot Bootcamp. Definitely looking forward to that as well.